Good evening, everyone. My name is Dwayne Kimball, owner and founder of KMD89 and VA Claims Consulting, Leave No Vet Behind, and also I'm United States Army veteran. I'd like to thank you for joining me this evening for my bi-weekly Q&A session. Before we get started, if everyone want to go ahead and let me know where they're joining in or which state they're joining in from, definitely appreciate it. And also, just as a disclaimer, this presentation is for educational and informational purposes only. As always, I always encourage veterans to continue to go out and do their own research on the VA claims process so they may be able to maximize their benefits, because the VA constantly changes their information. Also, make sure you like, subscribe, and don't forget to share this video with your fellow veterans. Also, don't forget my monthly roundtable, which is every third Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The next live stream, a week after next, will be canceled. I'll be doing a different presentation for a different organization outside of my KMD89. So we will not have the live stream week after next. The next live stream Q&A session will be August 31st. Again, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so let's see. Let's get into people. Let me know where they're from. Also, I'm going to be putting in the chat my website with the link that shows the educational services that KMD89 VA Claims Consulting provides. So make sure you go out to the website. That's the website. So the link is in the comment section. I'll be posting that throughout the night. So make sure you go to that site. I'm sorry, the website, and that's the services link to see the different educational services that we provide. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Charles, aloha, Dwayne. Hey, how you doing? It's that time. Can they Unsearch connect you on an item that is presumptive service connected? They can service connect you or sever a service connection for any condition, but you have to understand why, the protection rule, first of all, and then some other things that will cause you to get severed for service connection or even a reduction. But I'm assuming we say unservice connected, that's severing, meaning they're removing that benefit away. So for example, if you are, let's just say 10% for something, okay, and they go back and they say, hey, wait a minute, we should have never granted this before because you didn't meet the criteria, okay? They can, if it gets pulled for quality review or if it's found out later for whatever reason, they can sever it. And it's called severing service connection, okay? Big Sam, how we doing? Still waiting on these ducats, okay? Okay, greetings, okay, all right, it's that time. Orange, hitting you up from DC, okay. I was just denied sleep apnea from VBA. I submitted VHA sleep study and civilian study. The VHA gave a CPAP machine 2-3 years ago with gifts. Okay, understand, just because the VHA, Veterans Healthcare Administration, diagnoses you with something or gives you a sleep study doesn't mean you can go on the VBA side, Veterans Benefit Administration, and get service connected. So how is that CPAP machine related to service? Under the 5 ways of service connection, where does it fall? Okay, but understand, you heard me talk about this once before, just because the healthcare side VA diagnoses you with something doesn't mean you automatically qualify to get service connected on the benefit side. Okay, so definitely keep that in mind. See, okay, you know what? I just jumped right into the Q&A. All right. And when I get back to the Q&A, I'll give a few more shout outs. That's how I'll answer that question in a sec. But I just also some notes. I talked about school supplies. So if you join in any of my roundtables or previous live streams earlier this year, I was able to commandeer 12 pallets of school supplies from Georgia. A company outside of Atlanta, Georgia, donated them, and I had to pay for shipping to get them here to Tampa, Florida. So the way I was able to pay for that was the revenue I generate from YouTube, but most importantly, your donations here, doing my live streams. A lot of people last year up until now have donated, and I took those funds to get those products shipped. So, just an update, I was out last week. I donated to a school not too far from where I reside. Today, I went to Tampa and I donated to a nonprofit. And also, I donated to one of their adopted schools. Right across the street was an elementary school from the nonprofit organization, um, Seminole Heights Elementary School in Tampa, Florida, and Tribe Seminole nonprofit in Tampa donated truckload of school supplies to them. And another school that they adopted, Broward School in Tampa, gave them some school supplies as well. Tomorrow, I'm going to my adopted school, one of my adopted schools, which is on my website. We're taking 2 truckloads to them tomorrow, which is going to include filler paper, one subject notebooks, about 25 book bags filled with school supplies. And tomorrow, day after tomorrow, Friday, we're going to St. Pete to Lake Vista Civic Center. And we're going to be passing out 2 truckloads of school supplies. And then I'm going back to the nonprofit Tribe Seminole in Tampa, and they're having a back to school school supply giveaway. So I'm going to go there, take some book bags, 1 subject notebooks, 3 subject notebooks, and have a spin wheel where people can win, different little prizes, whether it be an empty book bag or something like that. Okay. And then Monday morning, I'm going back to St. Petersburg, Florida, and deliver filler paper, 5 subject, 3 subject, 1 subject notebooks to a high school over in Gulfport, which is within St. Petersburg, Florida. Okay. So I just wanted to say thank you for everybody that donated throughout the year. I'm still going to be doing things with my one of my adopted schools. We were able to, the donations that we receive here, we're going to do another weekly $10 Amazon gift card where it's going to go towards teacher appreciation. So the principal is going to pull out a teacher's name and we're going to give them a $10 Amazon gift card. It's going to be every Friday. And then last year, we were able to feed 20 families for Thanksgiving. So by that time, when Thanksgiving comes around, hopefully I'll have enough donations to feed more than 20 families this year. Okay. And those pictures from last year can be found on my website. And also I upload several posts here on YouTube where you can see that. So I got some uploaded posts coming up from last year, but as I get pictures from these events, you'll be seeing pictures from these events, me passing out these school supplies over the next, I'll say about the next 2 or 3 weeks, you'll start seeing them pop up. Okay. If you're not part of my Facebook veterans Facebook group, it's VA Disability Service Connection. And if anybody needs that link, I will put it in the comment section. Also, you can follow me on Facebook. I have a Facebook business page, KMD89 VA Claims Consulting, where I do a lot of posts. I stream to these different groups that I have. So I'm just trying to get as much information out there as it pertains to the claims process. Okay. Already covered off the roundtable every third Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't know what the topic will be this year. Maybe I'll just be taking getting some feedback on what is your number one headache with the VA? What is that one main bottleneck that you have with the VA? Maybe that might be a topic of discussion, and that gives me a chance to hear from you because you always hear me talking. Now I want to hear you talk. So that may be a topic, but if so, I'll post that sometime this week because the next live stream I won't have, so I won't be announcing it there. So again, if you want to join my Facebook veterans group, it's called VA Disability Service Connection. Go to Facebook. Now, there are some rules and there are some questions that you have to answer. If you don't agree to the rules, if you don't answer the 4 questions that I have, you will not be admitted. I will not admit you. And even once you become part of the group, share some things. Okay, it's okay to disagree. We can agree to disagree. I disagree with people all the time on the VA claims process, but that's okay. Let's have a discussion. All right, because the way I may have done things with my claim may be a little bit different for you or the next vet, but it's to share information. We all need to educate each other. Okay. Some of the previous videos, VA requesting CMP exams when veterans submit actionable and sufficient DBQs and or nexus statement. I'm seeing it a lot with my clients. I'm seeing a lot with other veterans that I talk to on a daily basis. They'll say, "Hey, Dwayne, my DBQ, I dotted all the I's, dotted crossed all my T's, and the examiner stated my private examiner stated they reviewed my entire claims file, and the VA employee still requested an exam." Now, I never tell people to go or not to go. That's up to you. But what I do tell people, be educated on what could happen if you don't go and what your options could be. And then be educated on if you do go and what could possibly happen. Okay. That's key. In M21, in the 38 CFR states, if they have sufficient evidence to rate, they're supposed to use it. But some adjudicators are not using it. Go check out that video. Okay. Then another video was the urgent care benefits. I used it and I did a video on it and I talked about it. And I've been going to this urgent care about 6, 7 years and never knew about it. So a gentleman, Traveling Terry, who's a huge supporter of my channel. Thank you, Terry. He had sent me an email, told me about it. I did the research. Took me a couple of days, did the video, and I uploaded. So go check that out because it's some good information. All right. And even I share my screen. I show how you can find urgent care in your area. All right. And then a clothing allowance deadline. All right. That deadline was July 31st. So if you didn't get your clothing allowance in before then, you gotta wait the next year. Okay. I got mine in maybe that Tuesday before the weekend for that Friday of the deadline. Because I think 31st was that Sunday or something. So it would have been that Friday, I think. But anyway, I got it in. In time, just in the nick of time. Actually, yeah, the 31st, July 31st was on a Sunday. So the 29th would have been basically the deadline because the VA was closed Saturday and Sunday. Okay. All right. And then, as always, I challenge everyone to submit their FOIA request and get a copy of your claims folder. Okay. I've shared mine, I've shared it before. Look at it, get it, submit the request, get it, go through it. I cannot tell you how many people that are scheduling free consultations. Sorry, that's my water bottle popping here. But I can't tell you how many times people have scheduled consultation, and on that consultation, I ask some questions. And one of the questions I ask, have you received a copy of your VA claims folder? And over at least 75% of the time, the answer is no. And then they'll say, "Oh, well, I'm going to do a high level review." And then my question is, well, how can you be successful in doing a high level review when you don't have full transparency? You're not looking at everything that they're looking at. Okay. So just definitely keep that in mind. All right. I apologize. I've been out in the garage. If you here in Florida, it's been hot. I was out in the garage for about an hour and a half, loading my truck up with school supplies to take to Jennings Middle School, one of my adopted schools tomorrow. And then right after this, DJ, which you all have met, he's been on some of my videos before. He's going to come by and we're going to load his truck up. So I'm not done yet. So I had to stop doing that, come in here and spend some time with everyone here. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in to the Q&A. All right. Okay. S. Howard, CMP exam from 2020 diagnosed me with degenerative disc disease, cervical, effective 1998 while in service. I claim radiculopathy secondary this year. New CMP examiner said it was the result of DDD and still denied it. Again, do you have a copy of that exam to see the medical opinion and rationale? In the rating decision, why did they deny it? Okay. I can't say it because if I looked at that CMP exam and that rating decision, I can tell you exactly why they denied it. Okay. And could possibly tell you if it was an error. Then I would still need to see treatment reports from 1998. Not saying that it didn't happen, but to have full transparency. Okay. And then I could provide some feedback. But just with this information, it's really vague. But anyone I would think would have to do a deep dive, and especially looking at the treatment and service, the CMP exam with the medical opinion and rationale, and the rating decision, and possibly how it was claimed. Okay, but more so the CMP exam and rating decision. Okay, we got Shad 91 coming, from Virginia. Okay, East Coast, Mesquite, Texas. All right. Memphis, Tennessee. All right. My son used to live in Memphis. Bruh man. Who's up, bruh man, from something, South Carolina. Bruh man. All right. I see you, West Coast, Sacramento. All right. Jacksonville, Florida. I call that Jacksonville, Georgia. But welcome anyway. All right. Okay, Chicago, Illinois, Chi-Town. I used to live on the south side and lived on the south side. Used to work for Kraft Foods over on 74th and Western, and lived out in Country Club Hills, south suburban area. Still got family up there in Chicago. Palm Bay, Florida. Okay, Houston, Texas. All right. If you see Slim Thug out there, tell him I'm still looking for some Boss Hog wheels, okay, or tires. Okay, somebody else from Mesquite, Texas. All right. Jay Wilson, San Antonio. Okay, so we got Texas in the house. Gene Seminole Ranger. Good afternoon, Dwayne. Awesome educator for vets. Yep. Gene is a huge supporter of the channel. Definitely appreciate all your support. Gene, hadn't seen you the last couple of times, but I see you making comments in the veteran Facebook group. So I definitely appreciate all the support. And again, I'm going to put, wait a minute. I'm going to put the, I guess I didn't have it, but I will get it. The link to my website for the educational services that I provide. So I will put that in the comment section for everybody. Okay. Let's see, there we go. So definitely go to the website. Going to be making some changes to the site, minor changes, but adding some stuff, taking some stuff down, changing some stuff around. Okay, Benny, go Navy, Detroit, Michigan. Okay, I see you. Gene says, yeah, let's get these thumbs up. We got 100 people. Somebody let me know how many thumbs up we got. Winston-Salem, all right, I see you. It's that time. Hey, I really appreciate it. CB, I really appreciate that donation and all the donations. The Dog Dad, Columbus, Ohio. All right. Montgomery, Alabama. We got North Carolina. Knowles 40 Mesquite in the house. Okay. PA from DC. Man, we got people from all over watching from here in Vieira Beach. All right. Traveling Terry. Luis Diaz, the VA should use their doctor's diagnosis to rate vets instead of repeating exams, wasted time and money. They already have the info. I agree with that half and half. And this the reason why, LDS, is because when you claim something, it has to be somehow related to service. So you think about the 5 ways of service connection. Where does that condition fall? Okay. A lot of people say, I was humping the rucksack and hurt my back, but it wasn't reported. And you claim it. More than likely, they may not even give you a CMP exam because they're going to go right to those service treatment records, even though the VA doctor may have diagnosed you. Okay. So you have to get on the benefit side, look at the condition you're claiming, and how is it related to service. Now, I did 3 videos on it. Two was step one of the VA claims process. Another one was the 5 ways of service connection. Make sure you go and check out those videos. Okay. Okay. California. Greetings from Kansas. All right. Texas. We got a lot of people here from Texas tonight. Baton Rouge. Where's the donate button? I can't see it on my screen. So everybody that donated tonight, let Eric Smith know where the donate button is. I want to say it could be a $ button underneath the video, but I'm just seeing how I'm streaming it from StreamYard. I can't see it on YouTube. So if somebody that has donated can tell Eric Smith how you donate, I definitely appreciate it. And thanks for the donation too, Ms. Eric Smith. Danny Hilliard. I was service connected for degenerative arthritis left knee and right ankle. Now my right knee hurts and left ankle hurts. Can you file? Yeah, yeah, that's up to you. You can, that's your option as a veteran to do that. Okay. Gene Seminole Ranger. How does the last legislation that was passed affect us? I haven't been paying too much attention to it, Gene Seminole Ranger. So I'll have to go out and do some research. I've been swamped with clients and phone calls and stuff that I'm doing in the community, getting ready for back to school. So I've still been doing some videos, but I haven't kept up with things that they have been doing with the legislation. But let me know the topic, if you will, Gene. Shoot me an email, and I'll definitely, when I get some time, do some research, and I'll try to get a video up. Again, Traveling Terry, he sent me an email about the urgent care, and it took a couple of days, and I researched it, and then I did a video. So, Gene, let me know the information that you're talking about. It's that time. If the VA's sever service connection, do they have to explain in detail why they did it, and does a full appeal process apply? Okay, so whenever they are proposing to reduce and it changes your overall evaluation, and then if they do sever service connection, they have to give you due process. They will explain, and they should explain in great detail in the rating decision. But in a notification letter, they also would give you your options. And especially in a reduction, one of the options is a RVSR hearing. And guess what? I did a video on an RVSR hearing for adverse action. Video didn't get a lot of views, but this is the topic that I'm actually talking about. Basically, what is your options if they do a sever service connection and proposal to reduce, and one of those is a RVSR hearing. I might do a YouTube video on that, on adverse action, which that would severing service connection falls underneath that. Hello, Dwayne. Great work you're doing. Definitely appreciate it, Melvin. KD knows I missed my intent to file date by 14 days due to the doctor's office being closed due to COVID-19. I couldn't get my DBQ or my diagnosis for GERD. Can I ask for the COVID? You can try. Something like that. You can try. Go to the M21 and just type in COVID and read up on, maybe COVID extensions. But again, you had a whole year to get that DBQ, 365 days from the intent to file. But, you can try it. And if they do it or not, I can't say. Orange, I'm service connected, bruh. They denied sleep apnea. So are you service connected for sleep apnea? But again, why did they deny sleep apnea? That's the question. Do you have a copy of the C&P exam? Do you have a copy of your claims folder? Which the C&P exam would be inside there. Why did they say no? Okay. Or why did the doctor say no? Did the doctor provide a negative opinion? not the favorable findings, but the medical opinion and rationale. When do you need to submit a DBQ with a claim? Um, it's up to you. If you're doing secondary service connection, if you're doing increase, if you're doing a new claim, it would be up to you. I did when I submitted a DBQ, it was actually I think I did one for secondary, a new claim, increase, and secondary. Okay. Victor from HTX, Houston, Texas. What are my chances on a 099 form that the VA will grant me service connection for TBI for my time in the United States Marine Corps boxing team? Blows to the head. There are docs, pics. So are you saying that you claimed TBI once before and you were previously denied and you want to come in and do a supplemental claim on a 0995? Now, I've seen veterans get service connected, due to being on a boxing team. But guess what? They had evidence showing that they were actually on the boxing team. Okay. But again, what you're saying, the 0995, you were previously denied. Okay. But if you weren't previously denied, then no, it wouldn't go on 0995. Okay. Dwayne, I sent you an email about my DD 214. Okay. I don't know your name. But if it was your DD 214, I just don't open documents just due to viruses. But if it was a question, then yeah, I would check it out. Gene, hey, thanks for the donation, Gene. Definitely appreciate it. Thank you for the support over the past year, attending my veteran town hall events, my veteran roundtables, the Q&A, even provide feedback in my Facebook veterans group. So I definitely appreciate it, Gene. Yep. Educate veterans. It's my passion to do this because I want everybody to be successful. But I've been doing this live stream. Somebody tell me, I want to say, is it 2 years or 3 years? I've been doing it. And then my Facebook group have almost 2,000 people. But I want that platform, the Facebook veteran group, where people can post questions, people can provide answers, feedback, because like I said, you always hear from me. That's a platform that you can go on and maybe explain something to somebody else. But again, we be courteous about it and just keep in mind everybody's claim is different. Okay. So again, what may have worked for you may not work for somebody else. And one thing that just all this gets me is veterans say, they said. They said, who is they? Did they give you a regulation? What concrete information did they review to give you a particular answer? They'll just say, oh, I heard they said. I hear, when you hear that, you definitely want to go out and do some additional research. Okay. It's that time. Once I don't know, with presumptive signs on the PACT Act, how long does VA take to apply new presumptives to rating decisions? It varies. Okay. I haven't reviewed the PACT Act, but new presumptives to ratings, it depends. Like, for example, when I was a rater, back in August 10th, they added new presumptives to the Agent Orange list. And they just had a team at each regional office. And that's the only thing we did was rate Agent Orange claims with these new presumptives like for a year. And they took a long time because guess what? I was granting, like coronary artery disease back like to the early 1980s. And I was doing a stage rating all the way up to 2010. That takes time because not only are you looking at a lot of information, you got to look at that information, go back and look at the rating schedule. And I remember doing a rating, giving the vet 60%. A few years later, on that same rating, I had to do, it's called a stage rating. So you give them 60% effective a certain date, then it dropped down to 30% for a certain date. And then it went back up to maybe 60% for a certain date, dropped back down to 10% for a certain date, back to 30, and then maybe 100. And you're talking about over a 20-year period. That takes time. And vets love to send in 2,000-3,000 pages. That makes it take even longer. Okay. So it just depends. And again, every claim is different. And there's no set wait times. Okay. How come it shows only 2 people attending, but there are questions coming from other people? Is page the correct place to be? Well, Mark, you're coming in from LinkedIn. A lot of people that I see, I haven't seen anybody from Facebook. You're the first person from LinkedIn. It could be somebody else from LinkedIn, but the majority of people joined in from YouTube. Okay, so I think maybe in LinkedIn it probably only showing number of people that are viewing from LinkedIn. But I have 112, 115 people, so I should have 115 likes if you like the presentation. Okay. Chris, hi Dwayne. How long do examiners have to submit DBQs and medical opinions after exam has been completed? I have my C file, took 5 months. Okay. Hey, well, congrats on getting that C file, Chris, and taking the initiative to do that. A lot of veterans, I asked, and they still haven't even filled out the paperwork to submit it. But it varies. There's no set time frame. Some examiners get the exam back rather quickly. One time when I was rating, it was like 30 days, 45 days. We had to go out to the examiner like 2 or 3 times, say, "Hey, are you done yet? Are you done?" But you don't see that a lot. Normally, back when I rated, the average time was maybe it was less than a week. Okay, but I don't know if what the wait times are now. But even with some of our clients, they've been getting it back around a week, 2 weeks. And then, it may be some time at the VA that it may take to get in the hands of a rater to go ahead and adjudicate that claim. Bill from NOLA. All right, New Orleans. My brother has dementia. He went to CMP for depression, secondary to pain from amputation, and other injuries. Examiner said it's from dementia, which is not service connected. Do you have a copy of that CMP exam? Because what I've seen examiners do when veterans have early onset of dementia, they're saying that they can't complete the exam because the veteran has either full-blown dementia or early onset of dementia. But I would get a copy of that CMP exam. And when that happens, what I've seen, it really doesn't go in the favor of the vet because they can't get the information they need to complete the DBQ. So I don't know if your brother he's still able to answer some of the questions or exactly, but again, that CMP exam is going to be the tell-all. Victor, what would be considered secondary service claims, TBI? Tinnitus and migraines, 2 common complications. Could be more, but those are just 2 right off the top of my head. And PTSD or maybe a mental condition. Cynthia, how Dwayne been in decision phase since April? Wow, that's a long time. April 12th for increased PTSD from 70%. Is this a bad sign? No, it's not a bad sign. For some reason, I've been hearing that. Some veterans, they're saying, hey, I just had a simple increase. I had the exam 3 or 4 months ago. What's going on? But I wouldn't say it's a bad sign, a good sign. But, have you filed a FOIA request to get a copy of that CMP exam? That's the question, Cynthia, because then you can see, okay, if you're at 70%, do you want, based on that exam, do you want the 100%? Michael, paratrooper 40 years ago, 81, 85, dislocated shoulder 3 times, then went sick call, now arthritis and numbness in the hand. What is the best strategy for claiming? Michael, go to my YouTube channel. I did a video on conditions you can claim due to being awarded the parachute badge. Okay. I talk about it, give some examples. So definitely go and check that out. Now, I'm going to put the link to my educational wait a minute. No, let me bag up. I'm sorry. I'm going to give you the link to my website that shows the educational services that I provide. Okay. And then I am going to give everyone the link to my YouTube channel. Okay. So you can have that because a lot of people, and then I'm building playlists too. So you can go to the playlist, but here's the link to my YouTube channel. I have almost 200 videos with live streams. Okay. Do a search. If you think about a topic, go to my YouTube channel. It's easy. It's a little hourglass. You click it and you put parachute badge. That'll come up. If you want to know something about high level review, HLR, high level review, that'll come up. Individual employability, those videos will come up. VA claims process, those videos will come up. Let's see what else. High level review, PTSD interviews I've done with mental health providers. That is the quickest way. So if you have a topic and it's not, you're not on the live stream, and I say, hey, or if you are on the live stream and you ask me a question, go to my YouTube channel. If you at work, it's 1:00 in the morning, go to YouTube channel. I just put the link in the comment section and do a search for a particular topic and see if I've done a video on it. Okay. Meathead. Now that PACT Act has passed, that was with the was that with that what was that guy? It wasn't Bill Meyer. What was his name? He was at the state capitol, and I think they denied it right last week. And he was talking about if somebody let me know if it was a TV show host. He was up on Capitol Hill advocating for that. I think that's it. But I want to do a little bit deeper dive into that. But anyway, I was denied for sinusitis, but has favorable findings, which I think favorable findings means nothing other than they give you a diagnosis. Chronic bilateral sinusitis, could I use the presumptive? Original finding was direct for time frame. Yeah, you can go back in on presumptive, but again, understand, do you meet the criteria for that particular presumptive that you're applying it for? And then obviously it'll be on a 0995. Mark, is this a live event? Yes, I am live, Mark. I am live. Question, VS scheduled me for a general exam. Any idea was checked in a general exam claiming peripheral neuropathy secondary to diabetes, DBQ? When you look at the general exam, it should be the diabetes exam. It should include the neuropathy for diabetic neuropathy secondary to diabetes. That's what they should be checking. Snowman. Hey, Dwayne, last week I made it to 90%. Congrats. All I need is an increase from 50 to 70 for PTSD and a 50 for my migraine. And that's my 100. My migraines is in a problem list on My Healthy Vet. That's on the VHA side. But how is it related to service? Where is it documented? In service treatment records from service. It's, again, My Healthy Vet, that's VHA. How can you get qualified through VBA? All right. That's the question. Frank, how do I go about a claim for loss of use of dominant hand, Parkinson's, presumptive, Agent Orange? 100% now. Thanks. Parkinson's is a presumptive under 38 CFR 3.309 subpart E. Okay. So if you got a diagnosis, do you meet the criteria for Agent Orange? Then it's up to you to file a claim. But where's the diagnosis listed? All right, Go Mob Frat, all the way from Little Rock. Thank you for the donation. Definitely appreciate it. And definitely thank you for the comments that you leave on some of my videos. Definitely appreciate it. Everyone should check what's in their problem list before filing a claim to see if what they're claiming is there. Okay, but staying again, Snowman, problem list on the VHA side doesn't mean automatically translation to the benefit side. Okay. George, Dwayne, help educate me. 100% PNT. Watch these videos and educate yourself. Most definitely. George, you're in Nevada, correct? 53. I don't know if my memory serves me correct, but I think I think you are. Okay. So I'm putting the link to the YouTube channel back in the comment section. Valerie, what percentage rating you have to be to get a clone allowance? Never heard of that before. There's no percentage, but there is criteria. Okay. Like knee condition, back condition, if you have certain appliances. So you have to go to the VHA website, and just type in clothes allowance, and you'll see. I don't think I did a video on that. Man, I've done so many videos. I think I did do a video on that, Valerie, if I'm not mistaken, recently, I think, or yeah, I did. Valerie, so again, go to my YouTube channel. I'll put the link in the description section. July 13th is when I did the video. I talked about VA claims for clothing allowance. What is the dollar amount? What else did I say? What is the dollar amount, deadline, and requirements? So yes, Valerie, go to my website, but go to my YouTube channel. And I just did that video July 13th, last month. But watch it. It's less than 13 minutes. Okay. Let's get those thumbs up. Yep, we got 122 people. Somebody let me know how many thumbs up we got. Annette, hello everyone from Arizona. Annette, if you can do me a huge favor, because I've been thinking about this since the roundtable. The last roundtable, you had a question about examiners, veterans that are medical examiners. Can they do about their doing DBQs? Send me an email. Let me know if you found that information in M21. If you didn't, send me an email and I'll get you the M21 reference. I've been thinking about it and it's been slipping my mind, and I didn't put it in my notebook, but I did remember you asking that in the roundtable last month. The number one headache is my VA raters deny claims without viewing the military medical records. Okay, Mark, in the evidence section of the rating decision, if they put service treatment records from this date to this date, they reviewed it. Now, I do agree with, and I had that argument because my first claim, they told me they didn't see it in my medical records. And it was in my medical records because when I got a copy after submitting a FOIA request, they were there. So obviously they didn't look at it. So they can put it in the evidence section and say they did. But if you know it's there and they deny it without a CMP exam, you know that they didn't look at it. I call that top sheeting, okay? The evidence submitted and nexus letters. It saddens me greatly to see the VA denial response stating service treatment records do not contain complaints, treatment, or diagnosis for a condition when the service treatment record plus the military record submitted with the claim plus current medical opinion in the form of DBQ and nexus letters is completely overlooked. That is a huge problem, Mark. And I did a video recently and last November where I talked about inconsistencies amongst adjudicators, mainly raters, when veterans submit DBQs and nexus statements and or other evidence that they can use to rate the claim. In the recent video I did on that, I talk about that initial person is the VSR. Right before I retired from the VA, they had VSRs requesting exams. And for years, raters did it because raters know what to look for in the medical records. VSRs are not trained to look at DBQs to see if they're actionable and sufficient. So a VSR looks at it, instead of sending it to the the rater ready to rate, and let the rater say, nope, this DBQ is no good. The examiner forgot this. Go ahead and schedule a CMP exam. The VSR, what I've been seeing, they're just going ahead and scheduling the CMP exam. And that's where the frustration level comes in. And a lack on the education part of the veteran, because the veteran don't know what their options are and they never question. So the big question, I'm glad you brought this up, Mark. The big question when you have to go or you go to a high level review, the main question veterans are not asking, wait a minute. One, is my DBQ actionable and sufficient? Yep. Two, well, why was the CMP exam requested? And if the VA employee don't want to use the veteran's DBQ and nexus statement, why does the VA have them on the website to begin with? Nobody's asking that $1 million question. If the VA is refusing to use the DBQs, when they can, because I've had clients and veterans submit DBQs, get denied, like Mark obviously did at the rating activity, which is the rater, do a high-level review, and then the DRO decision review officer, they grant the benefit or the increase based off the DBQ that the rater was supposed to look at that the veteran submitted. So that's a huge inconsistency. Okay, but nobody's asking that question, especially that I've heard of when they get to that high level review. Well, if you all don't want to use the DBQs, why are they on the website to begin with? Somebody let me know. Somebody, but Mark, it happens. It happened to me. It raised my frustration level, but it just made me want to fight that much more. Annette, yep, thank you for the donation, Annette. Don't forget to shoot me that email so I don't forget. Carlos, hi, I hope you're doing okay from Puerto Rico. Yep, just that it's hot, Carlos. It is hot here in Florida, which I'm pretty sure is hot down in Puerto Rico. All right, we got about 14 minutes, almost 15 minutes. BM, great info, greetings again from Arkansas. I'll be in Tampa soon. Looking forward to some Jazzy's barbecue. Okay, all right. Where is it at? And I never heard of Jazzy's barbecue. Where is it at? Hello, Eagle Wings. Hello, Dwayne. Earlier I mentioned to you about IU at HLR. And for some reason, they didn't tie in housebound. They based it on 7% PTSD, 50% sleep apnea, left knee, 30 right knee, all bases for IU, CUE. Well, if they gave you a CMP exam for the IU, because IU is a claim, it's not a standalone claim. It's a claim for increase for the conditions that you're saying that you're service connected for. So again, burden of proof, I did a video on IU and I did a video on clearing unmistakable error. Go check those videos out because CUEs, the burden of proof is on the veteran. So how can you prove that if you don't have a copy? I'm not saying you don't have a copy of your claims file, but if you don't have a copy of your claims file, how can you submit a CUE? Because you're not looking at all the information. But again, if you had a CMP exam, what did the doctor say? Did the doctor say you could do sedentary employment? Did you get an increase in your conditions? Because let's just see. I'm gonna run some numbers for you right quick. So you got PTSD, and I have a calculator. So when people give me their percentages, I can add them up and see exactly where they're at. So 50% sleep apnea, right knee 30, left knee 30. You're at 94%. So my question to you is, did you have an MOS in the military where you were exposed to acoustic trauma, and do you have ringing in the ears? Because when I plug in that 10%, if you get service connected for tinnitus, that takes you from 94% to 95%. Thus, you're 100%. No need for IU because 100% PNT is a greater benefit between those two. George Jones, going to the 38 CFR and learn your conditions and what warrants for a higher rating. I knew it, George. I didn't forget. Remember talking to you a couple of times. I think it was last year in Vegas. Yep. But again, congrats. You are so right. Get into that 38 CFR M21. Michael, El Paso, Texas. A lot of people from Texas. My wife is from El Paso. She's born there. Melvin, Melvin, I can't thank you enough. Thank you for the donations. Thank to everybody that's donating. Again, this money doesn't go into my pocket. You're going to see more videos. I might even do put together a little video once I get all the pictures and share it here on the live stream on the 31st. If you'd like to see that, let me know. I do have, you know what? I'm pulled so many different places, and I had it on the notes, and I should have said this at the beginning. I have a new assistant, Mary. Welcome to the team. If you're viewing tonight, she should be on, but she's new to the team. She just started this week. Is already doing an awesome job. She's going to be helping me with these live streams. She's going to be helping me with posts. She's going to be helping me with the Facebook Veterans Facebook group, the business page on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. She's going to be doing a lot of stuff. So you're going to start seeing a lot more things about KMD 89 Consulting. But I'm so sorry, Mary. I forgot to welcome to the team at the beginning. But everyone, hey, go ahead in the comment section and welcome Mary to the team. But again, Melvin, thank you for the donation. Definitely appreciate it, sir. Jay say, my hubs just finalized and he got us 100%. Congrats. Effective date is in question. How does he request claims file before HLR? Okay. So I'm glad you asked that question, Jay, because somebody emailed me earlier and asked me this. In the description section of all my videos, except the live streams, but I'm going to start putting it in the live streams. I put how I requested a copy of my claims file. And guess what? I think I did a video, VA claim ACE, pros and cons. I'm just looking at some of the content. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. But I haven't posted it yet, Jay. I'm so sorry. It will go up next week. If you want to wait the next week to see the video, or you can go to any video except the live streams in the description section, and you can see how I requested a copy of my to get a copy of my claims folder. But I'm gonna start putting that information in the live stream description as well. In Vegas, all right. I've never been to Vegas. Here's nice. I need to go. Army, you said you worked at Kraft Foods. Where? I worked at the Kool-Aid plant on 74th and Western on south side of Chicago. And then I transferred to the Oscar Mayer plant on the Kraft in Columbia, Missouri. But I've been to several Kraft plants. The Jack's Pizza, I think, is closed up in Sussex, Wisconsin. And the plant on the north side of Chicago, I think, is in Glenview. I can't remember what they make there. Okay. And I've been to the Kool-Aid and Shake and Bake plant out in Dover, Delaware. But I'm no longer at Kraft. North Lake, Texas. All right. That's my website. You can find that in the description section. It's in the link. I'm going to put my YouTube channel, link to the YouTube channel in the comment section. And I'm going to put the link to my website, which shows the educational services I provide. That's in there. And just put that in the comment section. Zip Man represents South Dakota, 13 Charlie. Fire for effect. Okay. 13. I'm looking at that. You know what? I used to be a 13 Charlie. I was at Fort Sill. I used to be a TAC fire. So I know about AFATADs. 13 Charlie. All right. I see you. Fire for effect, but you forgot. Oh man, how do you call it? Fire, Alpha Charlie, 097069. Fire for effect. Splash. Okay. Shoot, move, and communicate. All right. So let's get to these questions. Got about 8 minutes left. That's a lot to base an IU on. I thought about NOD, but don't want them to take the IU away. Even thought it's P&T. They 40% left. So housebound is up in the air. Any ideas? I have to look at the information. Need a little bit more. I have to actually look at, what your service connected for, because again, everybody's claim is different. I've seen claims where people will be at zero, they'll be at overall 94%. And they'll say, Dwayne, I can't get to 95%. And they'll get the disability breakdown letter. And I'm like, you're 0% for migraines. How many migraines you have? I'm like, oh man, I have about 3 or 4. That's 30% criteria. Okay. Chiefland, Florida. Okay, Melvin, where is that at? I never heard of that. I'm down around Tampa. Okay, there we go. Mary Joyce. Good luck, Dwayne, from the Philippines. That's the assistant. Everybody give Mary Joyce a round of applause. She's been doing a great job, and she's going to be helping me educate you vets. So welcome aboard, Mary Joyce. Definitely appreciate it. Las Vegas, yep. Had a CMP exam for diculopathy for femoral nerve, bilateral with LHI, got kicked back 3 times by VA for clarification, finally sent to VES. How do I get a copy of the LHI exam? Okay, everybody that's in the sound of my ears, any YouTube video that I've done in the description section, somebody share how do you get to the description section. Even one of the videos, I took the time to show how to get to the description section if you're on your iPad or your PC, and I did one if you're on your phone. So in the description section, there's a lot of information. And part of what's in that information is how I got a copy of my claims file. And I did a video on it. Go to my YouTube channel. Okay. I just did a video on it. No, I didn't. It's coming up next week. Okay. I'm sorry. Next week. And I think that's the one Mary Joyce is editing. Yeah, that's the one she's editing. So we'll have that for you up next week. But in the meantime, you can go to the description section. All right, somebody let me know how many thumbs up we got. Okay. Nobody is letting me know how many thumbs up we got. All right. I received half of a rating for PTSD. I looked and I'm missing back pay. I just purchased a goniometer for my CMP exam. Thanks for your help. The information is helping me out. Hey, I'm glad it does. The information is helping you out. And again, thank you for your support. You've been in majority of my roundtables, the live streams. So just thank you for the support to the company and the channel. Strawberry Girl, Indiana. Okay. Hoosier in the house. Bill, good evening. How can I appeal an HLR for aid attendance that's saying I'm not service connected for my right shoulder when I highlight it and circle the connection date? The Novo review literally repeated the first decision. More information is going to have to be looked at. More information. I don't know because I'm not looking at any information. But I've done some videos on high level review. Okay. But do you have a copy of the aid and attendance form? And again, aid and attendance, you have to be service connected for those conditions. You have to. They're not for aid and attendance is not for non-service connected conditions. I even did a video on criteria for A&A. I think I used to give classes on A&A, but I do offer private Q&A sessions where in the past I've went over the 2680 with veterans so they understand it. Okay. So if that's something you're interested in, I put the services link in the tab in the comment section and we can get something set up. Okay. Coming in from Arizona. Mark, when a claim has aged for many years, is there a safety net that forces the VA to make a decision on a pending claim? For example, if a open claim has had no activity since still pending for 12 years, what can be done to force the VA to make a decision? Okay, Mark, I would say they probably dumped that claim somewhere because if somebody out of DC had to reach out to a regional office and say, hey, you've had a claim on the books for 12 years, somebody's going to have to answer as to why. Now, one, I would say you call the National Call Center and say, hey, is there an active claim pending? And if they say no, then that claim for 12 years ago has been closed out or they just dumped it. I know Oakland, regional office in Oakland, back when it was paper files, they had some issues with dumping claims. So definitely it shouldn't have, I would want to know if that claim is still active. Find that out first. And if it's not, and you never received a rating decision, once you find out that it's no longer active, again, when you get a copy of that claims folder, you can go back 12 years and start looking, okay, I claimed on this day, this is what I claimed, and did I ever get a rating decision? Okay, so if you do a White House hotline complaint, you can have all your ducks in a row, okay, when you file that complaint. All right, so we got less than a minute. I'm gonna get into, okay, so Brotman says $ button under chat, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get into thanking everyone for the super chats. Eric Smith, thanks for the donation, definitely appreciate it. Eric Smith, got it, big thanks, not a problem. Let's see if we got any more donations. Yep, here's one. Mark Ely, $25. Hey, appreciate it, thank you. You're welcome. It's my passion. I enjoy getting on here, talking to vets, answering questions. Bobby Bo. Okay, we got 120 thumbs up, 126 people in here. Okay, Tanya, I see you from Indiana. Who else we got? Bruh Man, another $10. Appreciate the information, brother. Aim high, always. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see. Any more chat? Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna try to get back to where I left off. George said, "You serve, you deserve." Okay. Big time 911. I'm living in the Philippines and doing a 10 to file. Will have my CMP exam in the VA in Manila. How will they contact me via the mail, FedEx, or email? Because mail is very hard to get. That I don't know about overseas. Probably if the office in Manila, if they have a number for you or address in the Philippines, I would, try to contact the CMP office at the VA in Manila and just be proactive, call them and just see if they have something already set up and if they can give you the date. Okay. Packed act, burn pits, all those illnesses associated with the soldiers in the Gulf War. I'm gonna do some research on that. And I may talk about that in my roundtable this month. That'd be a good topic, and just get some feedback, hopefully for some veterans um, that maybe file some claims. But I want to do a little bit more research before I just throw up a video. Okay. Filed FTC claim he had CMP exam, then submitted paperwork to update dependents. They combined my claim with the dependent claim and sent it back to initial review. Thoughts on why? No. Somebody being lazy. Because if you're 30% or higher, they could have just done the dependent claim. And the other claim could have been still out there. So somebody just being lazy. Checking in from Memphis. All right. What happens at a BVA hearing for sleep apnea? Don't know. Never been at a BVA hearing for sleep apnea. But again, how are you going to attack your BVA hearing for sleep apnea? That's the question. How do you claim sleep apnea? Do you meet the criteria under one of the 5 ways of service connection? Sleep study, showing diagnosis, the other rating decisions, the other CMP exams, why they said no. How are you going to approach the judge and say why you should be service connected for sleep apnea on a direct basis or secondary basis? And what evidence do you have to back that up? Can you reasonably articulate that? That's the question, Eric. Again, I've done videos about how to be successful on the high level review. What are your thoughts on pay increase that they're planning in 2023? I'm glad you asked that question because if you look at my videos, I haven't done a video about, the pay hikes in 2023. I may do that, but I am going to throw a curveball in that video. Things veterans don't think about. A lot of us, we think about, at 60%, I'm going to be getting this amount of money, but you're only at 10%. Okay. They hadn't done it yet. I hope they do it. But we have to wait and see because, the government can always change their mind. My claim has been in preparation for decision for 43 days. What should I be thinking? Be patient. My claim, it's my first, and I'm going to tell you, everyone, the wait times that you're going through right now, a month, 2 months, 3 months, that's not a long time. My first rating decision took 1 year. My first CMP exam took 10 months. So the wait times that I see veterans experiencing now, back when I was going through the process, it was triple the time. Okay. So 43 days, trust me, that's not a long time. I waited 365 days. Okay. But the VA has gotten a lot better. All right. Take one more question. Make sure you got any more super chats. And then I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Okay. All right. The last question at the bottom. Good evening from New Mexico, Dwayne. If I had a CMP exam performed while I was still in service and claimed an injury, does that qualify as an in-service injury or event, even though I never went to a true medical clinic? I had a CMP exam performed while I was still in service and claimed an injury. Does that qualify? Yes, if I'm reading that right. So let's just say you filed a claim while you were on active duty and they gave you a CMP exam. Say you claimed a back condition and they gave you a CMP exam, but you never was treated. But they gave you a CMP exam and there's a diagnosis on that CMP exam, and that CMP exam was done on active duty. That is a part of your service treatment records from active duty. So it's a confirmed diagnosis while on active duty. So if I'm reading that question right and I answered it right, I think, which I am, because I used to do those, the BDD claims. And guess what? I did a YouTube video on BDD claims. So again, you go to my YouTube channel and look for, type in BDD, you'll see it. Okay. I'm putting up the link again to the services page on my website. And I am going to give me 1 second. I think I hear DJ outside. So I am going to put a link to my YouTube channel. Okay. All right, Tony. You may have to give me a call on that one so I can get a better understanding of what of the question. Okay. All right. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up for this evening. I definitely appreciate everybody's questions. Thanks again for joining in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification button so you can get notified of click that bell so you can get notified every time I upload a video, every time I'm going live, anything on YouTube. Okay. Don't forget about going to my website. I put the link to the YouTube channel. I'll put the link to my website. I put the link to the services page on my website that outlines the different educational services that I provide. Go check out that information. And again, if you are trying to get a copy of your claims folder, look in the description section of the videos. I haven't put it in the description section of the live streams, but they are in the videos, and I share how I got mine. But I got a video coming out next week on that as well. Okay. So again, everybody give a thumbs up for my new assistant. She's doing an awesome job so far. So I know great things ahead, and I'll see you in my next live stream. Thank you.